In this video, I'm going to give you 10 tips that you really need to know if you're going to plan your trip. Planning a trip can be overwhelming. There are many factors to take into account, and sometimes having so much responsibility can be stressful. But don't worry, a little organization is the key to make your trip a unique experience. We want everything to go perfectly, for the weather to be great, but guys, there are things that we cannot control. Now let's focus on the things that we really can control. The first thing you should be very clear when you're planning your trip is to know what budget you have. We must be realistic and establish real goals. This step is super important because from there you will know the maximum limit that you will allocate for accommodation, food, and entertainment. Also, it's super important that you leave an extra fund for any emergency or just in case you want to treat yourself extra. Sometimes we arrive at our destination and maybe we can find an Airbnb experience or an excursion that we didn't see, and it's just at that moment when that money will come handy. You should also keep in mind that you don't need a mega budget to go on an adventure. There are many options, from the cheapest to the most luxurious. Currently, it's relatively easy to dream of a travel destination. Every day we see a lot of people sharing their photos, videos, and experiences on Instagram. So once you have chosen your destination, there is a fundamental aspect that you really need to take into account. Look for real information about the place that you are going to. Beyond the images that we can find on the internet, it's super important that you look for true sources of information about the destination which you are going to travel. In this way, you avoid creating false expectations or misconceptions about it, in addition to avoid scams and bad times. Read travel blog, inquire into the experiences of other travelers, research the culture and traditions of this destination. Always remember that the key is personalize your experience as much as possible. Something that can help you a lot is seek for an advisory service. In this way, you can build from scratch the experience that you really want. Once you have the budget to spend and the information about your destination, planning your stay in it will be the best option to make the most of your time. Usually, when we look for information about a destination, we see many things that we will be interested in doing, and we don't know where to find time to do them all. Choose which are these activities that, both for what you were able to find out and for what interested you personally, you cannot stop doing once you have arrived to your destination. Thus, you will be able to have a vision of what your days will be like, and you will be able to maximize your experience to the next level. But as you go along, maybe other ideas and recommendations may arise that you can add without any problem. In this itinerary, draw real schedules which fit your comfort. It is useless to schedule thousands of activities for just one day and be against the clock all the time. Another tip that I will give to you is to book your accommodation with extra time. Here it's very important to use prestigious platforms with which you know that you will not have any problem. Airbnb, Hostel World, Booking.com, and Hotel Tonight are some of the platforms that you can use to find your accommodation. Booking in advance, you can find offers and special prices that can help you a lot. The choice of your accommodation will depend, in addition to the budget, of course, of the type of stay that you want to have. It's better to have things clear from the beginning and maintain communication with your host once you have agreed on the stay. What I'm going to tell you now is super important. Currency exchange is one of the first items for research when you're looking for information about your destination. Also, in many places you can make payments with your credit cards, others only allow payments in cash. So find out about the country's exchange method and what the exchange rate is respect to the local currency. Many times people offer tempting changes on the street. In addition, many countries requires travel insurance before arriving there. Even if it isn't mandatory to enter to the country, my recommendation is that you bet on a safer trip. So guys, these are the 10 tips. Number 1, know what budget you have and leave an extra fund for any emergency. Number 2, look for real information about the place that you are going to. Number 3, seek a coaching service. Number 4, organize an itinerary for your trip. Number 5, book your accommodation with extra time. Number 6, find out about the country's exchange method. Number 7, pack an adapter for your phone or your laptop. 8, pay a roaming service or find out about acquiring a SIM card at the destination that you're going to. Number 9, use offline maps. And number 10, travel insurance.